members of the diplomatic corps, chief of the defense staff, service commanders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the commandant, I wish to welcome you to the Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. We are here to witness the opening ceremony of the center's first international course since its establishment. That was in Tanzania. Humbly invite the commandant, Brigadier Charles Mankata, to give this welcome address.
The Honorable Minister of Defense, our guest of honor, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief of the Defense Staff, service commanders, the staff of the Center, and our distinguished colleagues from the Pearson's Center in Canada, now men of the Teshi International Council, all of our participants on our maiden course, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am very delighted to welcome you today to the opening ceremony of the very first course to be run in our new facility. I want to use this occasion to briefly remind you of the vision that underpins the creation and activities of the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. We aim to be an ECOWAS Center of Excellence with a very high standards of academic training. We will strive to develop into a world-class education, training, and research facility, embracing all aspects of peacekeeping operations. It is our vision also of peacekeeping. The Center aims to offer Ghanaians, regional, and international participants the opportunity to examine specific peace operations at the operational level and to update and share their knowledge of the latest practices through conferences, discussions, lectures, and computer-assisted training exercises. We will provide mission-oriented training at the operational level in peace operations for selected participants. Our risks over the next 1 year are very varied and, I must say, very ambitious, and we look forward to delivering a service which lives up to the reputation attached to the name that graces our center. Central to our efforts is that the work the center will do is very relevant and supportive of the work for peace in the West African sub-region. In that respect, I consider it entirely appropriate that our first course here should be a disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration course. A situation which is bothering member states in the sub-region. As we all know too well, there are many challenges in achieving a disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration process in the ECOWAS region and in Africa as a whole. But unless we can meet those challenges, history tells us that the cycle of conflict will restart. Those attending this course over the next 2 weeks come from a variety of nations. Some from within the sub-region, some from elsewhere in Africa, and also in Europe. We have 27 participants from the ECOWAS sub-region, 5 participants from elsewhere in Africa, and 2 from Europe, Sweden, and Norway, precisely. These participants have come together to share knowledge in the art of peacekeeping. They will have the opportunity to study this important and complex issue in detail, and they will also examine the techniques of achieving the necessary goals and practices in the implementation of DDR. They will do so under the guidance of a multinational team of experts, and each will bring their own experience and perspective to assess the learning experience of the whole group. In fact, this is precisely the synergy of nationalities, backgrounds, and approaches that this center is intended to foster, and I must say I'm very delighted that the process has started. Let me therefore end by giving my best wishes to the students and the directing staff of the DDR course. My personal hope for their joint success. May I now have the honor to invite the guest of honor in the person of the Minister for Defense, Honorable Kofi, to deliver his address. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chief of the Defense Staff, and Chairman of ECOWAS Defense and Security Commission, Inspector General of Police, Service Commanders, Commandant of Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Commandant Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, and the staff of the center, Niwulumo of Teshi Traditional Council and elders, participants of maiden disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration course, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I have accepted this invitation to be guest of honor for this opening ceremony of the very first course to be run in this splendid facility, the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. This facility is named after a citizen of this country, of whom all the citizens of the country are very proud. We are proud of him because of the excellent services he's rendered to the international community before and since becoming the Secretary General of the UN. This center, the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, has had a checkered history. It started from very humble beginnings. I visited the site many times before it started. Congo, through Cambodia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Lebanon, Côte d'Ivoire, Egypt, Rwanda. Ghanaian soldiers have contributed positively and with distinction to peace support operations the world over. Ladies and gentlemen, the vision for this center would have taken much longer to realize. But for the strong support Ghana received and continues to receive from our international partners, particularly the generous support and encouragement from the government of the Federal Republic of Germany, which founded the entire first phase of the project, including this beautiful auditorium in which this function is taking part. We have since also received support from the United Kingdom, Netherlands, USA, France, and many other friendly countries. The center's development is far from complete, and the government of Ghana will continue to give the needed assistance to ensure its future development. We hope the governments in the sub-region and other friends of Ghana will support the future progress of this center to make it worthy as a regional center of excellence for peacekeeping. very near future, and it will be performed by His Excellency John Kufuor himself, the President of the Republic, and some international statesmen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered here today to witness the first major activity at the Kofi Annan Center. Today marks the commencement of training for peace support operations. The disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration course is fully funded by the Canadian government through the Peacekeeping Center. The information I have is that resource persons from that world-renowned center will also be here to support the course with materials and instructors. We also expect Ghanaian instructors and instructors from the sub-region to join forces together to ensure that capacity is built in the students for them to go back to their countries well-resourced to shoulder the responsibilities that will be placed upon them to maintain peace not only in the sub-region but on the continent. At the start of this course, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to take this opportunity to express the appreciation of the government of Ghana, to Your Excellency, the High Commissioner of Canada, and through you to your government for this support that the country and the center has received. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to commend highly the Commandant of the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center and his dedicated staff for their tireless efforts and hard work in bringing the center to the level where it is possible to begin its first course. I wish the Commandant and his staff great success in all their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, my final word this morning goes to the students of the disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration course who have begun their 2-week program today. Here the participants come from Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Norway, Republic of Congo, Sierra Leone, and Togo. Resource persons from Austria, Canada, Ghana, Norway, and Sweden. I wish all of them the very best. I'm very encouraged that the participants for this maiden course are drawn from most of the countries in the West African sub-region, as well as Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Gabon. Irrespective of where the participants come from, I would like to state that the benefits of this course will serve as a significant tool in the lasting resolution of conflicts the world over, but particularly on the continent of Africa. It is my pleasure to welcome the participants to this course and hope that they will enjoy their brief stay in Ghana. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is my greatest pleasure to be given the opportunity of declaring the maiden course of the Kofi Annan Center on disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration well and truly open. May God bless all the participants and the instructors. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Defense. This ends the first part of this ceremony. Before we leave the hall, permit me to outline the program for the activities for Part 2